All right, guys, let's check out the Raymond Weil Maestro, and this is the ivory colored dial. There's a ton of different colorways in the Maestro lineup, and this is the one that Richard over at Saltzman sent over, so big thanks to Richard at Saltzman's for sending this over. A link in the description to Saltzman's watches. Check them out if you're interested in any of the brands they carry. They carry a ton. So, don't typically see dress watches on my channel. I realize that. And this is not a brand that I would have been inspired to check out, really. But thankfully, Richard did send it over. Looking up the brand a little bit, it's not quite what I thought it was. They're still independent, Swiss-made brand. They opened in 1976. So they're only a year younger than I am. Which, in 1976, starting a watch company during the quartz crisis, and you're a Swiss manufacturer or a Swiss watch company, was daring, to say the least. Well, they made it through it. They've offered quartz watches. They still offer quartz watches and automatic watches. And they seem, when I look at their catalog now, it seems like their current leadership is trending more towards a good balance of women's watches. And then for the men, you're getting a really good array of, like dress sports type watches and then full-on dress watches. So it's a really cool lineup. Check it out. I'll put a direct link to the Raymond Weil website, to their website in the description as well, just to check out their catalog. It's kind of fun to check out other brands. So for this guy here, before I get into the measurements, I have to say I'm really picking up kind of like a Grand Seiko vibe from it. I know it's not at the level of Grand Seiko, but neither is the price. So anyway, 39.5 millimeter case, 44.5 lug to lug. You can see non-drilled. It's very tasteful, very clean. Signed, non-screw down crown. You're gonna have 50-meter water resist with that, and 9.7 millimeter thick. So just over 9.5 millimeter thick, nice and thin, using the sapphire crystal up top that is flat, and then you have a display case back here. I'm not 100% sure if that's sapphire. It wouldn't surprise me if it was also sapphire. 20 millimeter lug widths there, and you have a nice calf leather with an alligator pressed motif on the top. Nice contrasting stitching, and then a really nice fold over clasp system, very easy to adjust and operate. Tastefully done, also signed. So, movement. This one is an automatic. Obviously, you can see the sweep of the seconds hand. I did throw it on the time grapher. I'm not sure if their watchmakers there regulate these, but it was running +2 seconds. So it is running extremely well. And they call it the caliber RW4200. What it really is, if we zoom in, you can see on the custom rotor there, caliber RW4200, 26 jewels. And then it's hard to do because I didn't peel the sticker off, but if you look right up in your automatic watches, if you look right up in there and you zoom way in, you'll see the movement model number and stuff like that. So 26 jewels is, in this style of watch, three-handed with date, is going to be the, excuse me, let me wipe that off real quick, is going to be the Sellita SW200. I did confirm that by looking up there. So it is the SW200, but like I said, custom rotor and maybe some regulation. I'm not sure. I did not confirm that, but it certainly runs like it is. If you look at the dial, you have a nice clean ivory dial. Minimal printing other than the name and Geneve, automatic, Swiss made at the bottom. Nice, clean, tastefully done. Oversized indice at the 12 o'clock, intruding into that center portion of the dial to differentiate itself from the rest of the indices. Nice pressed framed date window there. They didn't match the date wheel, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. It would have been nice, but it's still fine. Nice font on that, nice size. It's not too small, like fills that window completely, so it's going to be still legible even though there's no date magnifier. No lume on this, obviously, just full polished handset, full polished indices. And the entire watch is basically full polished and high polished. Well done. I'm sure it'll get scratched up and smudged up and everything like that. You can already see it's a little smudged up just for me handling it, but just a just a beautiful watch. I love the lighter color dials. I think there's even a white dial version of this, and then there's a bunch of different models of them. Seriously, go check out the catalog because there's even some square ones. The brand is notorious for being involved in arts and more direct music, and more often than not classical music. So they have even their family members. You know, there's a professional pianist. There's a cello player who I think is the current CEO. He plays cello, and they just have heavy influence in the music world and arts for sure. Let's pop this on wrist real quick so you can see what it looks like on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Perfect dress watch size for sure. Price tag on it, well, this tag says $11.50. You go to the website and I think it's over $1,200. So I don't know if that's an old tag from Saltzman's, but maybe they would still honor it. And I'm sure there's maybe discounts, you know. The one thing in my research, and I didn't dig into this, but one of the family members, I forget which one it is, I didn't dig into this, I apologize for doing this, but a while ago when I was first getting into watches, I ran across a brand called 88 Rue de Vin, I think, something like that. And one of the family members of this company is also, I think they started that company, which I don't know if that company's still around, but I remember looking at those watches and thinking they were really nice. And that's basically what you're seeing here. I'm sure it's from the same case manufacturer and same designs and stuff like that, very similar. But there's another brand out there. There's so many watch brands out there, guys. Keep an open mind and look at other brands. Don't get hung up on what other people have told you or what you think. Keep an open mind and you'll enjoy this hobby a lot more, because this really is a brand that I would not have looked at, and now I'm curious to see more of them. Both in the quartz, the automatic, I want to see some more dress pieces, and I certainly want to see some more sporty pieces. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you on the next vid.